physical movements of a 5-axis swing arm robot. Right now is 2019. And 2017, we design and manufacture these 5-axis swing arm robot to deliver to the university. At the first time, we recommend not to use DSF input function, only using M3D GM input for milling 3-dimension procedures, because this machine is a milling machine, 5-axis milling machine, not the water jet cutting machine, because a sculpture tool is installed as the tool handling. Before, the corporation company is always design and manufacture water jet cutting machine. The water jet cutting machine, no matter how many axes using, is 2-dimensional cutting product. For 5-axis milling machines, we have to use 5-axis can systems to do the tool pass. So the control platform is for water jet cutting, while using as a 5-axis milling machines. The traditional tool we provide is the CAT DSF, can be adopted and converted into 2D cans. You can milling variety CAT drawing files. Not only the character writing. As for the milling can system of 3-dimensional for tool plastic tool manufacturing, whatever is enough, because all the undercut parts will be separated into slider. The can system and the milling machines only required 3-axis cutting enough. Thereafter, for this machine, without 5-axis can systems, definitely the B-axis and the C-axis cannot be used in the real cutting. The university response: oh, your system without DSF we cannot use, and your system without 5-axis can system they cannot use as well. For 2 years, so long a time, They only using this machine writing some characters, 2 dimensions characters, actually the name of their university. That's the reason why 2 weeks ago we visit the head of the department to talking about the handling about this serious problem. We visit the university for the purpose number 1. We hope they can download CMS, which is a 3D meeting CAN systems developed by our company. We have 2D, 2.5D, and 3D CAN full system. Since they complain without any CAN system, they can't do anything about the meeting. That's the reason why the first purpose we try to introduce our free CAN system, provide the student can download from our website and print out the electric file. The instructions can be printed out on papers for better looking, and plenty of examples inside the manual. The students can learn by themselves and do whatever 2D, 2.5D, and 3D product creation and manufacture, and use these 5-axis swing arm robot to produce the product. It's better than without any CAN tool, only writing characters. This is the first purpose. The second purpose is the head of departments give lectures about PLC automation to teach the second class and the third class automation learning lectures. There are 10 examples, variety examples for the industry. They use ladder to write the actions to move the tense machine without any virtual simulation. Only physical machine movements controlled by PLC according to written ladders procedures. The second purpose is we want then hopefully to help them to create the Industry 4.0 according to our CMS CAPP program. At least we are the only package in Taiwan as well as Chinese mainland, the Chinese speaking area. The only succeed program is CMS CAPP, and they have one which is controlling these 5-axis swing arm. together can doing the PLC simulation. We give lecture and published at Amman, Switzerland, this April to do the contributions to the whole world. So the second purpose is to let our publication, our contribution can be used in these universities, in the lecture of the head of department. But the complaint of the head of department is the DSF cannot be transformed and meeting on this machine according to shown lie information 2 years ago. After long times conversation, we understand they never use anything about our standard examples. The standard examples is to use DSF transformations about PTTY DSF. This is a beauty which is created by AI. And it's a standard examples you can run to cut the beauty. It's very good for demonstration. These 2 years, they never follow these instructions to draw and produce these beauties on their training, unfortunately. But they concentrate on argue about circle, very simple a circle. Before we create and manufacture the water jet cutting machines, the XYZ are always being linear axis movements, while this first one, the SYZ, not linear movements. These machines, the first axis is along Z direction, is linear, but YZ is a rotating axis. If the program no changed by using the first axis by linear transformation to create a circle, no matter the beginning and the ending and the center of a radius defines a circle, cannot use the original 3 linear axis programs to run 3 axis, not the linear circle. Definitely will get a long results. This is what they are complain about. This remind me 2 years ago we say DSF transformation cannot be used is point only on the arc procedure. But the nerves for the beauty, whatever's, can be successful if they can find a CAD system, create the joins by NURBS, the arc, the circle, the curve, the straight lines, whatever's, all can use NURBS functions, but they cannot find this sort of CAD/CAM program. That's the reason why they keep complaining. At the beginnings, I'm reminded is what we said. We gave a perfect the milling, three-dimensional milling functions for using at this 5-axis milling machine, because very hurries. Of course, we hope to give the best, the more functions to the users to let them happy. But 3 days to create, to manufacture these machines, they give our only 3 days after the finished constructions of the machines and the electric wires layouts done. We have only 3 days for deliver the machine to the universities. It's too hurries, so we cannot solve the geometric circles procedures programs. So that's the reason why we say DSF cannot be used. But we didn't say the DSF NURBS transformation cannot be used. And we hope they can pay some invention fees to get the extra program, extra functions, because the contract saying the requirements is only the teaching function. That's all. The teaching by the teach functions, teach a straight line, teach a circle. That's all. So they can use unpolished and milling some products. The DSF circles capabilities is not included on the contract. That's the reason why we hope they can continue to pay the invention fees to finish the whole standard functions of our controller. 2 years later, everybody forget the original requirements and the original contract. Nowadays, in our companies, we have a policy which is to perfect the functions of the machines which manufactures by our companies. On the moment we visit Oman, Switzerland, the strong feeling about the DSF cannot be used. So the PowerPoints about these machines, we didn't show the DSF transformations and the milling procedure. So these few recent months, we get the machine out and continue doing inventions for DSF transformation and milling for 3D GM input and milling. Spend plenty of times. Suddenly, we think about, oh, probably it's already done. We search in the YouTube. We found at 2017 911 September 11th, a YouTube film showing these machines doing DSF, transform these beauty, and doing the toolpath simulation. So 2 weeks ago, we visited the head of departments and have the chance to talk about the better way to solve the problems. Is they ask the students to do the beauty whole procedures until meeting the picture on the working table, and take pictures and lie to inform us to finish the learning which didn't learned by their students during these 2 years. And on the same times, according to our discuss, to handle the arc procedures, they provide through lines these examples, which is 3 circles and a triangle and a square by using AutoCAD 2D function. And in the virtual machines of our program, the transformation of this DSF file is okay as well. And after the DSF transformation and the drawing on the table, this is table, you can see the screw hole, but they use a sheet stamp on the table by using a pen for the tool to draw the tool path on the table. The 3 circles seen variate a lot because the program is for water jets. For 3 linear XYZ linear water jets programs, but used on 3 not linear machines, definitely the variations happens. It's very natural. Without the new functions, without the accurate circles drawing on the table. But after the long times talkings to the late evening, we get the solutions, which is very simple. Just use 6-axis robots programs. The problem can be solved. The 6-axis robots doing these count before transformations according to the resolutions. We break down the circles to several straight lines to become a polygon. So after polygons, then to create the toolpath. After that, the created NC files can lead the tool tips, follow the toolpath to draw a polygon, and the results to draw a perfect 3 circles on the table, just similar to the NURBS functions. The NURB functions, we separate the NURB B-spline curves into the polygons, but it's accurate enough. You cannot see the polygon as the knuckle. It's just very smooth, the circle as well. So after struggles for the corrections of the program, at last will show in here for your witness. But first, we renew to clear the data information, and back to the main and Cartesian coordinate system. We use DSF input to adopt the DSF file provided by the university, which is aa.dsf. And you can see the CMS CAPP program can translate the DSF file into the geometric pictures on the screen. The 3 circles perfect, and that teach the data. You can see the total instructions is 1465 instructions. The circle is break down into polygons according to the parameter break length 0.55 millimeters, which is good enough for accurate circle milling path. And we defined the lift height 10 millimeters. This is 10 millimeters. Okay, so thereafter, this is a polygon circle that's doing the physical simulation. The physical simulation will need the physical 5-axis swimming arm to draw the toolpath on the table working area on the paper to show the results. Okay, let's see. Run. The middle circle, the 2 TCP points following the polygon and doing a toolpath cutting a circle, perfect circle. If this is the virtual machines working, if coincidence together running simultaneously, the physical machines will running the same path as the virtual machine. The program, the software, the function done according to these demonstrations. And we waiting for the corporation response. That means we require the head of departments ask the students to physical cutting the beauty joints and take the picture of the results of the beauty procedures to show they done the learning of nerves. Then it's better to download the CMS CAD system and print out the instruction manual and self-tutorial to learn how to use CMS to do the CAD 2D, 2.5D, and 3D milling procedures, and use this 5-axis swing arm to produce the physical product and show us they are proud of this machine. The last, hopefully, the head of departments can ask the student to do the 10 lecture notes, 10 lectures jobs to create the virtual simulation according to their PLC physical machine, to give their really Industry 4.0's contribution.